Hello there, YouTube. This is a simple, can't get any easier than this, pot stand made from an empty Sterno can. Okay. I'm not on telemacro here, so it might not be that clear. But you will score here on the inside of the ridge, leaving this beveled piece. Trying to show up. Not out here. Here, you will score here with your utility knife. If you score enough times, it almost cuts all the way through. You'll be able to see at the bottom. I wiped out the Sterno can with some paper towels and threw it in to start the wood stove. So, I don't know how you're going to get that little bit of leftover Sterno out. That's how I did it. Okay. Now, after you do that, I don't have nothing round. I'll just simulate this. I have like a drift punch. Okay, what you want to do is you want to roll this edge in. You're not probably going to see it from down in here, but you'll see it here. You want to roll this edge over and in, because a rolled edge is stronger than just a flat piece of tin. And I also took my little ball peen hammer. I was showing the other day I was using a pair of Nemo's pliers, or pliers. Just a regular pliers where they're rounded. The rounded part will help you. Get the idea, hammer it, and roll it. Try to use a roll pin. Don't go too far because you'll get a crack. Like right here, I cut too far. Try not to cut past this little piece, into this piece, I should say, because it will crack and it'll start a crack up here. Okay, we got that covered. Next, what I did was, if you look at the top of these cans, this one has the lid on it. Sticky stuff. If you look at the top of this can housemate, I hammered this down because I want to fit my Coleman coffee cup in here, which fits very nice. So what I did was, I hammered this down carefully, looking at it at an angle, make sure it's flat, so I dished it in. So we'll hold the two cans side by side. Okay, dish that in. And what I did was, I put it on top of my Sterno with it lit, had my gloves on, got this nice and warm, lit burning, more or less cheated. It wasn't too hot here, and I do have a cake pan I work in. You get a cake pan like this at a thrift store somewhere. You do your alcohol stoves, you do stuff a little more safely, but I would not recommend using this indoors. I gotta add that in there, I should put a description. This will get extremely hot. I would not do this indoors, okay? I got that little bit of Sterno on there. I don't want to really get it on my hands. Not that I worry about the toxins. It'll stink all day long. You have to wash your hands off when you're done. Okay. When you're done, this will fit right in here. What I did is I made 8 holes. I just put it in 8, so I really can't tell you. They're probably like 1.5 inches spacing, 1 3/8. Just measure out your 8 pieces with a piece of paper, like I do. Let me grab this one. I just put my paper around here. So I just put a piece of paper around here. Then I measure with a ruler. You can see I've used this one on several different cans. Then I measure with a ruler. I cut it in half, cut it in 4s. You get the idea. You don't have to do no math, except on the ruler. So I put 8 holes up here, 1/2 inch, 8 down here, and I staggered them. I didn't want them in line. I like the look. It's not the best can. I used a uni bit, which is tapered, not a step bit. Now, if I took a step bit and wanted to spend time on slow speed with the cordless drill, I probably could form these a little better. Step bits will go in here when they're spinning. Even by hand, I've done it afterwards, and maybe forming a little bit better. And I'm not going to be that picky. But there you go. If you want to keep it up off a table or something, here's a can that had ham in it. I still got that bad habit with my scanner up there. This had ham in it. Now, I don't know if they're the same as tuna or not. This had ham in it. I cannot tell you the brand. It was found like at one of those dollar stores. I like this idea. It keeps it up off the surface. You have this, and my Coleman cup fits in here nicely. It just fits together perfect. I just was sitting here thinking, I had a can that was almost out, I scraped out and put it in there. There's a little bit of dings here, which might keep the can from going in there. But the cup would not fit in here until I hammered this down. It was just too high up in the air. When I tried putting the cup, see, the cup don't fit down in there. See the gap? No gap. And I cannot find these cups anymore. I like this Coleman cup. Some people have cut the handles off. Jack it up here real fast. Get you a view like that. Some people cut the handles off. I really don't blame them. It can be a headache if you ever want to backpack with that handle on there. But I like this idea of having it up on here. If you're out on a board or something and you're trying to keep the heat off. Okay, we'll have another video, the second part. Look for it. I will fire it up. I'm not really doing a boil test. There's my water from setting overnight. I come out here, it was only about 18 degrees. So we're just going to for the fun of it, do a test on it and see how high we can get that, just for the fun of it. It is about 85 degrees over on that side of the shop. It's only about 65 this side. So if I did get room temperature water, it would boil faster. But Sterno's one of them things. One day it works good, and oh boy, I boiled in this time, and yeah, the next day it's different. But we will fire it up. So watch for the second part. Thanks for watching. Okay, we gave up on the melting the ice. We can't even get steam off it. It's been 15 minutes. This is only about a half can of Sterno, but I did add some methyl alcohol to it. The can is hot down here. If I help my fingers there long, I'll burn it. It is cool down here. Also, I think this is off a vegetable can. This lid fits perfect. I think it's off the vegetable can. So no matter what kind of cup you have, I can make a lid. Make a little hole and put a screw in there, a little piece of wood. You can just saw up a little piece of wood off a branch and make your hole with your Leatherman or whatever with a wood screw and screw it in there. It doesn't have to be anything high dollar, so you can make a knob on anything. You can knead this stuff up in a round ball, and when you have a screw in there, have it sticking out about half. Don't knock over my thing here. That's why I don't like the handle in there. You bump that handle. That's what I just did on here. You can just make a round ball of that stuff, just about half the screw sticking through there. Bumble fingers, butterfingers today. Just thought I'd throw that in there. And this has been done with a safety can opener, so you get that nice lip. They will warp on you a little bit, no big deal. They're just a small amount of steam. It wouldn't even have that if I wanted to put the lid on it. But you get the idea. So I did add some methyl alcohol. It's not burning as hot as what it could be. It's not the same with a fresh can. But the lid does fit in here. If you get it just right, it won't fit at an angle. See? That's why I say you put a knob. You can put, and I don't worry about putting a hole in here. I keep an eye on stuff. I would think that if it did bubble over, it's going to pop the lid up. Sure, it may splash, but I don't put a lid. I don't put a hole in the lid. I just put a knob on there. Sometime I'll make one and I'll show it, but it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. I don't want to make a video on just how to put a knob on a lid, but there it is. And we're done with this video. This is the 7-ounce can. I'm reading it right now, so this is what I made it out of. I keep forgetting if there's a can bigger, there's a can smaller. I just know this is a 7-ounce can. But thanks for watching. It is simple to make. I would recommend, again, do not use this indoors. This gets extremely hot out here. If something fell over or something, because you're balancing everything on top of each other. But there you go. Thanks for watching.